For me?
For you.
I didn't get you anything. How does this work? What do I do with this? Hand me this thing. Hello? Ooh, wow.
Forward, backward,
Wow.
and a laser.
Oh, God. Hello, my name is Thad James. I own Sammy J Balloon Creations. I am here to tell you a little bit about how to be unique, how to be memorable, and how to be referred. When I started making balloons 19 years ago, I started with a bag of balloons, a book, and a pump, a hand pump on how to make balloons. I wanted to be a cool uncle to my nephew. He was 3 years old at the time. This is Cody. This is his high school graduation picture. He's now a senior at Kansas University. Great for him, but it means I've been doing this a very long time. So when I started making balloons for Cody, I made a dog and a sword and a giraffe, and he was thrilled. He ran around with the giraffe, and he played sword fight with the sword. He was thrilled about this, but I was ecstatic. I was enamored of what could be done with these air-filled tubes of latex. These were fantastic. So I started to practice, and I started to get better and better, and I started making better balloons. And I started really putting balloons together in great ways and learning how to create phenomenal things. This led to the opportunities to create some of the largest balloon installation projects in the country. I've made balloon gardens. I made a Beatles-themed sculptures 20 foot tall. I've been able to grow my business in such a way that these are the opportunities that I get. Now, that being said, it all started with a balloon dog. When I made a balloon dog, I knew I could do anything. But when I moved to St. Louis 15 years ago, I wanted to find out what the landscape was in the balloon world. So I started finding out about the other balloon artists that were in St. Louis. I realized quickly I was the only non-clown balloon artist in St. Louis. Everybody else was a clown. I did not want to be a clown. I didn't want the wig, I didn't want the makeup. So I needed to find out what they were doing to get their jobs, because I wanted to do something better. I wanted to do something more unique than just the birthday party clown. So what I did is I started looking them up. I started researching my competition. And that's what you should be doing with your competition. Find out what they do to market themselves so that you can be unique, so you can be the one that's doing something that nobody else in your industry is doing. You need to find out what they do so that you can do something unique. One of the easiest ways to do this is to Google them. This is the Google page for Sammy J Balloon Creations, and if you Google me, you're going to see I am everywhere, thanks to a lot of very smart people in this room today. But when you Google your competition, you can see what they're doing. Where are they? What are they using to get their word out? So that you can find out different ways and better ways to get your word out. So when you find out where they are, you can read up about them. Read out what they're marketing and what they're doing. You need to read their blog. You need to follow them on Twitter. Follow them on Facebook. Find out what they're saying on LinkedIn. You need to stalk your competition. And one of the great ways to do that is Google Alerts. Set up a Google Alert, and Google will send you a message anytime your competition comes up in the news. You should already have Google Alerts for your own business so that you know when you're mentioned, so that you can promote that stuff. But find out what your competition is doing out there. One of the best ways to be unique is to have something unique about you that people can talk about. You want to be the blank person. One of the best ways to do that is to come up with a tagline. This is Scott Ginsberg. Scott is known as the name tag guy. Scott the name tag guy. Scott wears a name tag. He wears a name tag to meetings. He wears a name tag to church. He wears a name tag to the store. He has a name tag tattoo on his chest. He's dedicated to this. I do not have a balloon dog tattoo. Scott travels the world speaking to groups about how to be unique and how to be memorable in your business. And he always has a name tag on, so everyone knows Scott the name tag guy. Now, another person that's very good at doing this, when I heard him speak, I made a balloon of his name tag and sent it to him. sent me the picture, and he now uses that in his presentations on how to be unique in your business. I was young. Somebody that does this very well is Dennis Cooper. Dennis Cooper is the reverse mortgage guy. Now, I've known Dennis for about 12 years, and he's been to many different companies and banks in the time that I've known him, but he's always been the reverse mortgage guy. He knows more about reverse mortgages than anybody else. And regardless of the company that he's with, he's still the reverse mortgage guy. He's not Dennis from First National Bank or Dennis from so-and-so investments. He's Dennis, the reverse mortgage guy. So he always has that hook. When anybody talks about reverse mortgages, they're going to think of Dennis. A good friend of mine that's very good at this is named Rob. This is Rob Balchunas, and Rob is Rob the Balloon Guy. His tagline is, "That's my name, don't actually rob me." He uses his name and his job as a funny catchphrase so people can remember him. He works in Southern California, one of the most competitive markets in the country for balloon artists. He's able to separate himself not only by being a phenomenal balloon artist and a great entertainer, but with his tagline of Rob the Balloon Guy, everyone remembers him and gets a little chuckle. So what you want to think about is, what do you want to be? What's your blank? When people are talking about you in a group, what are they going to say? They're not going to remember your elevator speech. They're not going to remember all of your products and services. You want them to say, oh, that's the such and such person. That's the blank person. I know them. You want to have that tag so that they will remember you when they're talking about stuff. For me, it all started with a balloon dog. Once I made a balloon dog, everything was possible. That's what set me apart from everybody else. Not only could I make balloons, but I could make better balloons. So today, I want to teach you how to make your own balloon animal. As you can see on your table, there are balloons in the middle of the table. So I want everyone to grab a balloon. That's grabbing a balloon. That's right. Good, good, good. Everyone grab a balloon. Take your color. Take your favorite color. Take your least favorite color. Now, many of you will pick up the balloon and do this. Why are you doing this? What do you think this is going to help you with? This is not exercise. There are two sides to the balloon. There's the side with the hole in it and the side with no hole in it. We're going to use the side with the hole in it. Don't use the other end. It's much more difficult. This part of the balloon is called the air hole. This on your face is your air hole. You're going to put your air hole on the balloon's air hole and put air from here to here. Before you do that, you need to put air in your air hole. Inhale. Then put your air hole on the air hole and put air in the air hole. Once you've done that, you need to tie a knot in the balloon. Now, what? Okay, I always equated intelligence with talent. I was wrong. So obviously we have a problem. I've solved the problem. I have balloons for you already. Yes, I do. Take these and pass them around, please. Take them and pass them around, please. There you go. Take them to the back, too. I hope there's enough for everybody. I'll help you here, too, because you feel... I don't know what the problem was. It was a good balloon. All right. Okay, everyone's got a balloon, correct? Thank you. Now, you're going to need something to help you with this. You'll need two hands. You have a right hand and you have a left hand. I hope you know the difference. You're going to start with your right hand. Now, the two ends of the balloon have changed. We don't have an air hole anymore. We have a knot end. This is a knot end. This is not the knot end. We're going to use the knot end. Not the knot end, but the knot end. Do not use the not end. Use the knot end. Take the balloon and put it into your right hand where the knot end is closest to your pinky and there's a little bit of balloon sticking out. You all think you've done that, don't you? Take your left hand and put it next to your right hand. You should be overhanded on the balloon. Very good. Now slide your left hand down the balloon about a hand width. If you don't like this sound, you're going to want to leave now. This is where the strength portion comes along. You're going to bend the balloon until your knuckles touch. It's not dirty. It's a perfectly fine thing to do. Now that your knuckles are touched, release your fingers to hold the balloons in the palm of your hand. The faces don't help. She's over here going, no, that's later. Now with your right hand, grab both sections of the balloon, remove your left hand. You should have a little loop-de-loop thing on the top of your right hand. If you do not have a loop-de-loop thing, move your hand down, make a loop-de-loop thing, all right? So you have a little loop-de-loop thing. All right, now I hope you brought your dexterity. This is where the dexterity comes in. Twist your hand until the balloon is parallel to the ground. Don't do it backward, people. Come on. With your left hand, it's the one that's free. With nothing to do right now, grab the loop-de-loop thing next to your right hand. Now everybody's got 2 pointy fingers and 2 thumbs. You're going to put your pointy fingers and thumbs together and pinch the balloon. This is where you make the face. Now twist the balloon 3 times, like you're wringing out a washcloth. So you're going to twist that little loop-de-loop thing 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then you may let go of the balloon. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what you've done? You've created the nose and ears of a balloon animal. You can stop now, but this is not impressive. With the nose and ears of your balloon animal, put it in your right hand, where your hand is closest to the nose and ears, where your pinky finger is closest to the nose and the ears, just like you did before with the knot end. Take your left hand, put it next to your right hand. Slide your left hand down a little bit, about a hand width. Bend the balloon till your knuckles touch. Release your knuckles, hold the balloons in your hands. With your right hand, grab both sections of the balloon, release your left hand, and you have a little loop-de-loop thing. Awesome. Turn the balloon until the balloon is parallel with the floor. Same floor as before. Left hand, grab the loop-de-loop. Fingers pinch the balloon and twist the balloon in opposite directions, clockwise and counterclockwise. Twist the little loop-de-loop 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, you now have the nose, ears, neck, and front legs of a balloon animal. Your nose should be pointed to your one way. The ears should be pointed up. The legs should be pointed down. This is not a balloon animal. This is a balloon animal. Oh, I can see us. We're rounding third now. With the body of your balloon animal in your right hand, the body is closest to your pinky. Put your left hand next to your right hand. Slide your left hand down a little bit, so there's about a hand's width there. Bend the balloon. You've done this before. Knuckles touch. Release your knuckles so your hands are holding, the palms are holding the balloon. With your right hand, grab both sections. Turn the balloon. Oh, so good. Left hand next to your right hand. Pinch the balloon. Twist the balloon. Loop-de-loop 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Nose should be pointed out. Ears should be pointed up. Legs should be pointed down. Tail should be pointed up. You've made a balloon animal, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is a really fun exercise. Lots of fear overcome. Lots of latex allergies are sprouting out all over the place. Inhalers are coming out. Now, if you think this is really cool, this is really fantastic, that's true. But it has performed a very important thing. You're probably the only person in your industry that can make a balloon animal. Think about it. Can your competition do this? No. You are now the most unique person in your industry. Now, I don't suggest you go to your client's office and go, look, I can make a balloon dog, buy my stuff. But what you do need to do is realize that you can be unique. And you can be, oh, it timed out. You can be unique in your industry. You can do things that other people can't do. So now you need to take this mentality and run with it. Use this in your business. Use the things that you can do bigger and better than your competition. The advantages of being unique are being talked about and being referred. Be unique in your business. Oh, that's good, yeah. So you can be unique, be memorable, and be referred. And now we open it up to questions. Oh, that's cute. Take these home. Learn from them.
Why couldn't we blow up the balloons?
I don't know. It's really kind of a weird thing. I usually don't have that happen, but I have the balloons. No, you cannot inflate the balloons for one reason. It took me 5 years to learn. There is no reason to inflate a balloon by mouth. One, we have pumps, people. You didn't walk here in your bare feet. You drove a car. Technology. I own about a dozen different types of pumps for inflating balloons in different ways. I learned to mouth inflate as a gimmick, as a gag. And it is. It's just a gag. It's a joke that I play. I inflate balloons by mouth. You can't do it because it's very difficult. It's also very dangerous. I've been in the emergency room twice for mouth inflating. A good friend of mine damaged his kidneys. I've had people rupture their retinas, blow their eardrums, and rupture their small palate, the soft palate in the back of their throat. It's a very dangerous thing to do. You can't hurt yourself unless you do it wrong. And since you can't do it at all, you can't hurt yourself.
What did you do before balloons?
Everything. I worked in software sales. I worked in a marketing company. I worked in a pinball company, pinball machines. I worked in second mortgages up until I crashed the economy. I was one of those people that helped you lose your house. So yeah, I did everything while I was doing balloons. The balloons started out as a hobby, part-time job, and then find a full-time company when I realized that nobody wanted to pay me to do anything else. Yes, sir.
How long does it take you to put together one of those exhibits that you just showed?
The exhibits take anywhere from, the Beatles exhibit was 6 different full-size sculptures ranging from 16 to 20 foot tall, and that took 2.5 days, but we had a team of 20 people doing it. And it was 2.5 non-sleeping days. The Balloon Gardens took 4.5 days. Yes?
I wanted to know, where did that referral come from for your first big installation?
That referral came from the St. Louis Home and Garden Show saw me at a booth that I was volunteering for at the Humane Society for the St. Charles Home and Garden Show. And they said, we'd like to do some balloons at our St. Louis Home and Garden Show. They wanted balloon flower pots around the convention center. I said, no, you have 500,000 square feet. Little balloon flower pots are going to just disappear. I said, let's build a balloon landscape. Let's build a full walk-through garden with a waterfall and a fountain and palm trees and flowers and all sorts of things. And they said, how big should this be? I said, this should be 600 square feet. They said, great, let's do it. I went, good, I don't know how to do that. Never before had I ever done anything like that before in my life. But I sold them on the idea. And I sold them on the uniqueness of it and how no other home and garden show had ever had anything like that before, and they hadn't.
How much did you lose out?
How much did I lose out?
You did it properly.
I made money.
Good job.
Goodles of money.
Good job.
On my big projects, I make goodles of money because I can sell not only, because I'm not selling balloons.
Exactly.
I can give away balloons all day long. That's not the point. I'm selling the experience, I'm selling the atmosphere, and I'm selling the takeaway from what the guests are going to get from it. Because if you sell balloons, you're not going to sell much of anything. It's a service. Anything else?
So how do you handle rejection?
Personal life or?
For your business.
Oh, for my business. How do I handle rejection? Honestly, I reject more clients than I get rejected. I set a standard of expectation that I want from my clients, and they've got to be people that have an imagination, they have to have a budget, and they have to have the willingness to want to do things that nobody else has done before. If you want a clown at your birthday, call me. I know them all. I'll give you the clown at the birthday party, and they'll make the little dogs and swords at the birthday party. That's great. If you want something spectacular and amazing, I'll do it for you. I will definitely do it for you. So the rejections usually come from people that don't want something unexpected. They want the same. Great, good. Go for it. I'll give you the names of those people that do the same old, same old. I've got no problem referring out to other balloon artists who are mundane. Mark says that's all I have time for. He's going to be speaking later and said that he's going to shorten my time for the speech. So. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.